In this tape, we will present the combatives, meaning attacking, counterattacking, and defending. We have a tool. When we have a tool, we can use this tool in different techniques. For instance, for us, a punch is a tool. A certain punch is a tool. A certain kick is another tool. The idea now is that we will be able to use all the tools in the body in different techniques, different attacks and different defenses. When we have a target, and we'll take this realistic equipment as a good target, we can hit the target in different angles. The 5 major different directions to hit the target are as follows. Straight attack forward, attack from one side with the same limb, and then from the other side, attack upwards, and attack downwards. Of course, all the angles and the diagonals are of course possible, but I was saying about the 5 major directions. Straight, from left to right, from right to left, down to up, and up to down. When we talk about distance, the striking distances, we have the long range, we have the intermediate, the medium range, and we have the close range with the hands, with the head, with the knee, with the foot. Let's talk about striking points and striking surfaces. In general, we would like to hit a sensitive, a vulnerable point at the opponent's body. If we take this equipment as training aid, we understand and we know about sensitive points, such as the eyes, the temples, the nose, the jaw, the neck, especially the windpipe, solar plexus, lower ribs, kidney from the back, groin area, knees, and feet are also sensitive places that we can strike and hit. When we talk about the back side of the person, major parts, major sensitive points are in the back of the head, the back of the neck, the kidneys, the whole spine area, and some places behind, such as behind the knee and the calf muscles. Dealing with kicks, you will learn in this tape how to kick and the major directions of kicking. Of course, with a kick, with the leg, we can do more or less the same thing as we can do with the hand, which means to be able to attack from down to up, from up to down, from one side, from the other side, and straight forward. When you are going to be attacked, if you're going to be attacked, you may be positioned in different positions. You may be standing just like we are standing now here. You may be more in a ready position, maybe in a fighting even position. But maybe the attacker will come from the side. If you'll have the ability to prepare yourself better to a fight, you should get into a fighting stance. In the fighting stance, both knees are a little bit bent, shoulder width apart between the feet. The back heel is raised, the forward foot is turned a little bit. From a side view, you will see these points, and notice also the position of the elbows relatively low, protecting the area of the ribs. The palms are about chin's height. When you are in this stance, you can easily attack with punches, kicks, move freely and dynamically. When we need to move while we are in a fighting stance, advance forward or retreat back, we will start with a leg in which direction we are moving. Moving forward, first front leg, then closing with the back, and retreating, first back, then forward. From a side view, we see this again. Moving forward, 1-2 with the legs, moving back, 1-2 with the legs, keeping the same stance all the time. If we need to move from the fighting stance to the left, we will start with the left leg. When we need to move to the right, we'll start with the right leg without crossing the legs. We'll teach now how to punch. First, bring your hands to height of the chin. We'll start sending the hands forward and back lightly and slowly, keeping the palm vertical, keeping the hand vertical. Let's see this from a side view. We continue and send the shoulder more into the punch and the weight a little bit more in the punch, turning the heel a little bit out to initiate a longer range in the attack. It is beneficial many times to strike with a closed fist. How to clench your fist? First start with the second knuckles, then with the third knuckles. Close your fist strongly and then the thumb is over. Punching with your fists from a passive stance. Strong punches, hitting with the knuckles of the fists, turning the body, sending the shoulder forward. We'll see this from a side view. We are turning the hips and the heels a little bit too. Here we see Michael punching from a fighting stance, sending his left forward, punching with the left. Here it's demonstrated a slow punch, now a fast punch. Michael is rotating his body and shifting his weight forward in order to achieve maximum power and reach in the punch. From a side view, slow punch, shifting the weight forward, rotating the body, turning the body to reach maximum reach and power in the punch. A fast punch, straight left punches to a focus mitt. We emphasize fast recoiling of the attack. We demonstrate now punching with the right punch with a closed fist from a fighting stance. Michael starts with sending his hand forward, shifting the weight forward, and then turning the body. He is hitting with the two knuckles as with the left punch. His waist is turned and the heel of the back leg is turned a little bit also. With this he can generate a strong punch, shifting the weight forward. From a side view, we can see the punch clearly. His chin is tucked a little bit down to protect him from getting a knockout, a punch. Seeing this from the other side, we can see how his shoulder is being sent forward to gain maximum reach in the punch. Fast punches. A side view of a fast punch. View from the other side of a fast punch. And punching focus mitts. Michael is demonstrating now a combination of two straight punches left and right. As Michael is showing this slowly, we will see first punch, then the second punch goes. The switch between the two punches occurs halfway between Michael's face and the target.
Next, we examine the delivery of the hammer fist punch. It's important to note the name hammer fist punch comes from the physical characteristics of a hammer. The forearm of John, as it is positioned in this point in time, is similar to the handle of the hammer. The fist portion also simulates the head of the hammer. To understand this, we'll understand the delivery of the punch. John is basically using his hand like a hammer, delivering forward and slightly down to a target that is presented before him. This punch could be delivered to the chin, to the nose, or other face area or level of the opponent. John's shoulder goes in, his hip goes forward, and he's pushing off with the ball of his foot, all to generate power forward and in a downward motion, consistent with one striking with a hammer. Notice slowly that when the punch is presented, it's drawn back, and the palm part of the hand is presented forward, and on impact, there's a turning inward. This rotational force or torque is created to generate additional power on impact. From a forward view, the striking surface of John's hand is the meat part of his hand, which he will touch now. This is the area that he's hitting with. That area is analogous with the head of the hammer. From a passive position, you can see this strike delivered to another target area. For instance, if someone is low, this strike can be delivered in front of the body and downward. In this position, John is making essentially the same strike, but because